Well, hello, and welcome to Bastion. I'm gonna get this out of the way. Never played this game, not with counting the 20 minutes I played of it prior, just to, I suppose, make sure it runs. I have a weird thing where any game that I buy, I have to play for a little while just to make sure it runs. Don't know what it is, it's just something that I always do with my physical games, so sometimes PC games can be a little meh. Yeah, so hopefully, well, not hopefully, obviously we're playing Bastion. I've heard good things over the years.
The story is supposed to start at the beginning,
but
ain't so simple.
I suppose we'll find out, won't we?
Now here's a
I think it's only about 5-6 hours anyway, so
stranded on a rock in the sky.
Not that long, but should be a fun ride.
He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble. Ground forms up under his feet as it points the way. He don't stop to wonder why. Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion.
Nice hammer. B to attack. Oh, I forgot B's attack, and I would prefer X's attack.
What's
Whatever.
left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. In the calamity.
Oh, yeah, I found out. Not as it isn't a massive breakthrough for a speed run, but
Forced out from underground. Kid pops him.
you can
starts the
dodge roll to be much quicker. Oh yeah, also I took damage. That's one thing I like about games like this. Well, just not like this, but just games in general. You know, you beat a boss. Well, not a boss, but like a tutorial enemy, and it's and then it just removes shit from you.
An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do. Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now.
Also, in before I'm gonna destroy everything.
Sometimes you just need a drink. Kid finds a memento from a girl he knew. Always used to fancy
Crystal
her.
barrette.
School of
Oh,
squirts
yeah,
tunnels
barrette.
up around him.
Memento, a fashion accessory covered in soot. Holds great value of the sentimental variety, also holds fear firmly in check. Best hang on to it just in case. That's just what's there.
Must have fled here from the mines.
One thing I will do whilst the cutscene's playing,
One of Zelandia's famous watering holes.
tell them why there is no cutscene.
Inside's old Rondi, the bartender.
Knock that over.
The calamity got him for his
I'm
drinking
gonna
debt.
rewire or recable my headphone. Get it out of the way. Well, cable.
Then Kid finds his trusty
Oh,
shield.
shield. What's the block button? LT.
But just as he's getting a handle on it, the security takes him for a petty thief. Clang. Shield saves his hide. Windbags start turning up for last call. More squirts start coming out of the woodwork. Big old fella pops out in front of the kid. Kid sees the way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop.
Yeah, we're gonna jump out, aren't we?
He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke. Kid spies a good perch for some target practice. He knows he should draw the string all the way back.
No, I'll just counter them quicker.
The kid pockets a memento from a breaker. Once
An upgraded material for the breaker's bow. A stretch of me's gut prized by bows and peltball fans. One more reason for the proper power tubes. I don't need it.
Good news is the emergency defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid.
Really? So I guess he locks onto the nearest enemy.
Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome. He finds the distillery right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town.
New
One
spirits
sip
now
of the
available.
spirits in that distillery, and the kid'll feel like
Oh, these sort of not upgrades, but like trait things. Nice. 10%, 10 max health, 10% critical hit chance. Only active when at full health. Absorb stray fragments. Give me that, because more of those would probably allow me to level up quicker.
the arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job.
Ah, and you can switch them around if you want. Nice.
Some of them squirts buzzing like crazy in a couple of corn bins.
Can I just hold B? No, that's may seem like a stupid question, but it's not. It would save a whole lot of button mashing.
That one was Maud, the tutor. Once taught the kid good manners. He never used them, though.
And I may have also killed them. If they aren't already dead.
And then he falls to his death. I'm just
Oh, okay. Nice.
an old ferry barge sends the kid on his way. The Bastion's real close now. Kid better watch his step.
Really? Something heavy.
A chunk of alloy. Smell of barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air.
Oh,
Scumbag.
hello.
Kid maybe shouldn't have done what he just did. Wasn't long before the kid could loose an arrow, strong and true.
Damage me over time. Yeah, it does, okay.
Kid puts him out of his misery. Robs a scumbag of his last meal.
I'll have a look.
He finds the core to the wharf district. city's heart. Might as well. Kid has a feeling.
Oh no.
The place is starting to fall. See, that core Kid took was the only thing making this particular rock stay afloat.
Do I really need to run that fast, or...?
Kid just keeps running.
Yeah, well, no, screw it, I'm not risking it.
Somersaulting like crazy. At last, the skyway's in sight. Whisks him where he needs to go.
Yeah, I wasn't. I can excuse myself
Now
for
the
a
kid
few
sees something
XP.
stranger still. His mind races.
I should do.
Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds another. He finds me.
You're the one
Talk
talking.
for a spell.
So I assume, potentially, if this is anything, say, like Prince of Persia, this guy, I suppose, will survive this entire encounter, whatever the hell's going on.
There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest. Enough to point the way to the cores.
Hmm.
All I tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there, then watch. I try to let the kid down gently. This is the Bastion, all right. Except no one else showed up. Ain't
Well.
always much to say.
Rip loved one. Oh shit, am I
Just
playing
like that,
Skylanders?
The Bastion comes alive.
Shoutouts to that game that no one remembers.
Starts growing.
I should actually,
growing
I'm not
stronger.
going to, but I should actually look
Kid's
into
gotta
what
put
it
its
would
power to
cost
good use.
to at least just buy, say,
Bastion
the
is
Skylander games and just one of each main thing that I need to say 100% each game. I mean, I only need the game and one character to play it and beat it, which is minimum what I'd look into, because Skylanders 1 wasn't that bad. It was a pretty fun game.
Ponders what to build.
I don't like the Toys to Life aspect, but distillery, the distillery, that gives me upgrades.
Makes time to sample spirits from my personal
Turn
supply.
max health. One chance to carry on if defeated. Damage surrounded foes if defeated. Nice. 100% critical hit chance. No, active only when below 33% health. 33% speed while defending. Actually not that bad. Give me health. Not that it's going to help a lot, but
Toughen you right up.
can I
Too bad
put another one on,
musty
or
aftertaste.
no?
Kid don't know what's out there waiting for him. The Skyway. Now the kid can ride the wind to distant land.
Oh, that's where I came from. Can I go back? No, I can't.
The Wharf District. Folks sail deep into the boundless sea from here.
Okay, so there's a core in there. Proving ground. I'd assume some sort of tutorial.
The breakers
Okay.
used to come here.
Oh, no.
Practice. Used to play a little game. See who could bust the most targets in the fewest shots.
Okay.
He's focused. He's armed. And he's off.
So I'm guessing, obviously with shots fired, I would assume destroy these things in the fewest amount of shots to unlock whatever the hell that is in the middle. Oh, and they have health. That's terrible. But they do travel through. So I'm going to assume... Can I do a charge shot? A charge shot won't even destroy it. Really? You know, 28 damage.
Perfect shot. Just
I would assume they have 30 health. Can I restart this? No, I can't. Oh. Oh. I think I know how to do this.
Kid ain't done bad at all.
Third prize isn't bad. So if I do a perfect shot, it should destroy them in one go. Next prize, 10 shots or fewer. I should be able to do that in 10 shots or fewer. An upgrade material for the breaker's bow, a stretcher of music. So I'm guessing I can upgrade my stuff, which again, because these are health based, would it really be worth trying to attempt this challenge? I'll give it another go. Is there a is this reset? Yeah. I'll give it another go.
The breaker's barracks.
I'm not going to sit here forever, of course, to try and do it. I'll see if I can get second place, which I think it's 10 shots. So 10 shots. I can do it in 5. Providing I hit up this way. So obviously going from bottom to top in one shot. So obviously 1 row, 2nd row, 3rd row, 4th row. That's 4 shots, and then this one. The only problem is trying to lock on and then fire perfectly.
It takes practice, and a mighty strong bow helps too.
Losing way too early.
Solid performance.
Oh, that second, okay. What's first prize then? I would assume 5 shots? Yeah, 5 shots. An upgrade material for a certain weapon, oh okay. A clockwork organizer, once used for working recreation, these springs and sprockets could be put to better use. Oh, an upgrade. So yeah, you can upgrade weapons in this, obviously I just can't do it yet. I'll give this one more go. I think I can do it. It's just getting the perfect shot. This is the thing I wish it didn't do. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do this. This won't be that odd. It will probably be easier if I just came back later. That's not actually that old. Oh! I got an actual upgrade for that. Well, not an upgrade, but a new move. I can't change it though.
I almost don't believe it when he says he passed the Breaker's challenge. Sometimes a single look says it all.
Yeah, I can't change.
Fetching fizz is like a mouthful of nails, but the benefits are worth it.
I would assume I can build the... Oh, and that means that it's cleared. Does it mean it's cleared as in 100%, or... Because in some ways, it would be nice if you could just replay things. I understand there's no point to it, but with games like this I always prefer just choosing where you want to go. You know, say in case you miss anything or you just want to replay a level.
Now he lands at the intersection between bad and wrong. Ought to be a core down one of these twisted streets. But which one? He heads for the squirt steps. Won't be no field trip this time.
Oh, is that a new weapon?
Scumbag.
Oh, it is.
Just about anything. Except for this. It's quick for slicing and light enough to throw.
I kind of like this more than...
They say even the most rambunctious squirts can be tamed.
Oh, I can summon a
No
squirt.
sign of the core here. At least the kid got something for his trouble. Them squirts just don't know when to quit.
So will it fight for me? Yeah, it will.
He heads for the biggest dump in town. Scumbag Alley. Up north is where the gas fella foreman used to live, tending to his flock. No white gas fellas all dress
A
alike.
sword garment will, I guess, fellas wear. Gas fellas used to send their mines, but are now storming the remains of Kildonia in alarming numbers.
And there it is, but it's locked down tight in an alloy cage. A blustery old foreman's keeping his fellas in check.
Okay,
Almost
hello.
like he's showboating for the crowd.
Could we all not just do that now, please? That'd be lovely. You know what?
And now there's a new marshal in town.
Is that the end, or...?
He hears the whole place groan, but it's too tough to fall. Might as well check the other side streets before leaving this hole.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Ah! Okay. Maybe I can replay this level.
Some
not
scumbags
tutorial.
still feeding off the city's own trash. And there he is, the oldest scumbag of them all, Gershel. The calamity ain't done much for Gershel's sunny disposition.
How tiny he is.
They always said old Gershel wouldn't go without a fight.
An upgraded material for the war machete.
He heads for the east side, where windbags used to keep the local forge. Odd place to find the likes of Percy the Snitch. Never much cared for that big wide grin of his. Somehow that old forge is still standing. Inside the forge, King
Oh, okay.
fine-tune those instruments of his.
Oh, okay. Oh, and I can only have one or the other. 20% critical hit chance. Attacks cripple foes. Attacks deal damage over time. 20% crit chance or constant damage. Well, I mean, you do attack fairly quickly, so I mean, crits on bosses would be a lot.
The little Zolwood oil on that blade shines like a light.
Oh no, I can just switch them. Nice. 25% draw speed, +2 target penetrations per shot. Now give me
With
draw
a good
speed.
length of Miska, that bow's like new again.
50% damage, arrow cause damage over time, so yeah, that would have made the challenge much easier, this. Well, I don't think there's
He's
anything
ready
else.
to go, and his ticket out's right where he started.
See, I wonder if I can actually go back there. I mean, not that I would need
Back,
to, but...
just like I knew he would. The core hums in his pack. The monument's calling for it. The windbags used to be all right. Then the calamity took the floor out from under him. Kid does it again. Only fair he decides what we build next.
Give me the forge. That'll be way more important.
A lot of things need fixing up in this world, and we can start right here. Can't be too careful these days.
I haven't leveled up, have I? No. What is the level? 10, okay.
Picked up traces of other cores while the kid was out.
No, you can't go back. So does that mean you can miss collectibles and stuff in this? Because if so, that's slightly annoying. Again, doesn't matter because the game's so short, but I like to have a sense of accomplishment once, you know, you've beaten the game, you may have missed an item or two.
Melon was sealed tighter than the skin on a squirt.
I'm gonna land you.
Of all the plans to survive the calamity, it had to be stab weeds.
Oh, okay.
Blasted things hurt like a broken heart. If there's a core, he figures it ought to be deeper down. The core's stuck inside one of those fancy cages. He throws a switch. Now what could possibly go wrong?
Like enemies?
Quite a bit, as it turns out. The cage starts lifting from the core ever so slow. All Kid can do is wait. Shipments start falling in.
How much damage will this do? Quite a bit.
Not every squirt's born bad. Some spring to the kid's defense. Judging by the movement of the cage, it's gonna take a little while.
Oh, crits up the wall room. Am I really critting that much? Apparently so. I'm sorry, by the way.
Scumbags don't take kindly to him.
No, but
Even some gas fellas take his corner. Heard it pop that mean old foreman. At this rate, maybe 5 more minutes. Maybe 30. Hard to tell. shipment of free samples shows up. It ain't all bad.
Memento.
The kid finds some spices from the motherland. Tax-free. One thing's for sure, that cage is awful heavy. It's a troublesome scene, to be sure. Left, and the core goes free. 10, 9, 8, 7, give or take a few seconds. Finally, the core's within reach. And gone. He's got it. Just gotta get to the nearest barge.
Oh, can I not go back? Well, fuck me, right? Kinda wanted to explore a little. Note to self, don't pick up the goddamn item. Because if I can't go back...
I still remember the look on his face after that one. Kid ain't finished here yet. The old world's finished, but the new world's just getting started. Folks voyaged across the boundless sea to found Caelandia.
Not
Good
Caelandia.
living here for a while. The Bastion's a place of peace, but we can hold our own if we have to. Kid packs a special surprise in every one of those arrows. Kid's lifelong friends looking fit to keep on fighting.
Yeah, so I cannot go back.
The melting pot. Place hoarded all sorts of fineries from beyond the boundless sea. Windbag Ranch was built for gathering squirt extract in copious supply. Ain't nothing more healthful.
I would assume kill them in the next amount of time. Yeah.
Some folks showed up to make a fast buck with nothing but a knife. Other folks came to train their throwing arms.
Yep, doing a little bit of Bastion. Okay, that's kind of bullshit.
Still others use the place to test their finest blades.
That is fucking horseshit. How am I supposed to... I'm guessing the best time is like 30 seconds or some bullshit.
Slippery little devils. all of them down soon enough.
Yeah, what's the time for minute and a half? Yeah, there's no way in hell.
Kid comes back from Windbag Ranch, smelling good and ripe.
Oh, 100% critical hit damage. Oh, I do more damage when I crit. Or +1 blades per throw. For what that challenge is, that will be worth it. I'll do that one later. So how are you then? Yeah, no, I can't do it. Well, I mean, I can continue it.
Couples used to walk the sundown path. Kid ain't here for pleasure, though. But then, somebody gets to the core before the kid. The floor starts giving way under the lightest step. A single panic squirt would bring the whole place down. Fragments of the old world rain from the skies. Stray valuables are lying everywhere. Kid thinks twice about risking his hide for them. Well, the path ain't exactly open to visitors anymore. See, the path was intended for leisurely strolling and such. Sky bridges link the path together. One of them bridges whips the kid along. Finds a spyglass, like the ones they'd used to search the stars. Air travel always was an iffy proposition. The calamity changed everything, even where the wind blows. Well, if we mastered the winds in the old days, we can do it again. Who else could have taken the core? Well, ain't no survivor stole the thing. Scumbag ate it by mistake. Tough break. Unlike the kid, that core ain't coming back. They used to ship live munitions down the path.
Oh, hand grenade.
He's wise to toss those things plenty far away. Even gas fellas need some shut-eye from time to time. They get real cranky. Quick and careful is the only way to go.
How the hell?
In all this toil, Kid keeps coming back to an overwhelming question. Who else could have survived the calamity?
No one. Or someone.
So he didn't find the core that time, but that ain't about to stop us. War machetes are so quick, you gotta keep a good grip on them. We could always see the stars. We just never could reach them, no matter how high we built.
I'll probably attempt these ones.
No
At the
place
end.
better than Trapper's Shingle for learning to tread light and shoot straight. Trappers had to tread real careful here, else take a nasty fall. They train themselves by clearing out the targets, while not clearing out the floor. Any good trapper knows never to take a step till the time is right.
No, fuck.
Expert trappers got something extra to give them an edge.
Don't tell me 60 is the max prize. Oh, 64. I'll have to leave, upgrade the bloody thing, and then if I can upgrade it and deal its
To
damage.
think a rickety place like the Shingle survived, and so little else did.
Oh, faster reload or ammo capacity.
Turns out those old bones still have some spark in them.
I mean, it shouldn't be that on. I mean, obviously dealing more damage would be better.
Kid decides to keep working his aim and footwork on the Shingle. Best time to pick a new spot was when swapping magazines.
You know, I really need to deal more damage. Or, got another idea. No, I really do. Well, I mean, reload speed might actually be better. Ah, who gives a shit? I'll come back later. There's no point attempting to fucking do challenges when you've got like no upgrades on. I'll do it later.
machete, every bit as effective as the fancier stuff.
Yeah, there really is no point doing challenges until later. It's like Devil May Cry, like, there's really no point doing the challenge missions until later.
The calamity took everybody after all. Kid sees it plain, frozen faces all around. You don't much care to see him. Not like this. These folks never saw the calamity coming, but someone did. Someone close. Someone who ain't like Mr. Beckley and his kindly wife. It was someone like him. Kid sees him there at gate, in the flesh. It's a snag or two trying to get to him. He ain't about to stop, no matter what. Got so many questions after all. Just ain't got time for answers. The Thunder brothers didn't make it. They never saw what it was like beyond the walls. Nordy, the bird boy, didn't make it. The Jawsons, they didn't make it. Grady Sr., Grady Jr., they didn't make it. But him, he survived. Kid finds proof enough that man ain't from around here. Just think, without that man, we wouldn't be here right now, would we? The Corps survived as well. Kid does what he has to do. And then, what do you say to a man who's seen too much? Kid hasn't a clue, but he says this. We have to go. Please.
Please? Who says please?
He's a proper gentleman, that man. His name is Zolf. No hiding he's an Ura. Folks like him ain't never been a common sight in Caelondia. He's relieved to see a living face or two. The kid and I introduce ourselves in kind. Both to him and to each other, for the first time. We fought the Ura decades ago, but that was then. Things are different between us now. For Zolf, Caelondia was like a second home. He's real worried about his first home, too. Far to the east. We all lost loved ones in the calamity, he says. I don't know how I'm gonna go on without mine. Zolf offers to help me plot the skyways for the kid. At least
I'm
the
guessing I
calamity
can talk
hasn't
to
touched
everyone
the
about this
stars,
stuff.
he says.
However many
Born
people
on
are in
the
this.
Tazzle terminals. The Ura sent him on a mission of peace to our city, and he's lived here ever since.
Oh, yeah.
The Corps. They remember. That's why this place is coming together. That's why things are gonna be alright. Well, look what we have here.
Oh. Memorial. Plans for a structure that chronicles past and future efforts. Just need a place to build it. Plans for a facility that holds and restores a variety of valuables.
kid can pay respect to the old world and earn it in kind.
Oh, challenges.
The valediction. Just another one of my sketches. Nothing more.
Earn glory on the proving grounds. Earn first prize in the required number of proving grounds. I assume there's only 7. Discover lost mementos. Gain the required number. Okay, 15 of them. 20 skills. Oh, 13,000 pieces. Deliver a single crushing blow to a foe for at least 70 damage. Oh, that'll be easy. What was that? 3 foes in one shot, 20% health counter, and hit enemies 15 times.
Words can't express what happened, but they're all I got. We tracked down a couple more cores near the edge of the city. No use praying to the gods these days. No time for it either. Folks used to make pilgrimage here to pay their respects to Pith, the bull. Well, the gods are long gone now, and the Orchard Core is long gone too. The gods don't care about trinkets, but the kid ain't no god.
What gods?
Pith stood for something once. Something real. In time, though, the bull stopped being a symbol and started being decoration.
Assuming this is the way forwards, which means I want to go back.
Well, no use turning back just yet. Pith Orchard. Place is a dead end in more ways than one. Pith makes a decent scarecrow, at least.
And he's gonna come alive, isn't he?
Then Pith lights up like a rodeo. Ain't easy punching through his hide. Kid breaks him to bits. Must have been guarding that shrine. So what'll it be? Invoke the gods? Or tell them off?
Can I tell him to fuck off? Foe shall grow quicker to move and to strike. Why would I ever want to do that?
Pith.
Oh, but by turning it on I get 10% things and XP. I mean, they only strike quicker, so yeah, whatever.
Kid decides to press his button. Well, if the gods are alive, they must be plenty sore. Kid ain't never seen windbags that quick. Maybe old Pith put a scare in him.
Okay, that's not below 20% health.
His trial, and he's richer for it. Kid ain't found a core, at least he found Zolf's precious shrine. Now we can build a shrine of our own, though I got some alternatives in mind. Zolf doesn't touch the thing. Says the god of commotion is no children's toy. Turn him round and round all you like. Pit's still gonna be ugly. The Ura feared the gods. We turned them into toys, put their faces on our walls.
Oh, we're such nice people. How have I still not reached level 3? Okay.
Ain't no one can outrun them, or their arrows. The Gravers, the arm of justice. They seemed unstoppable.
Oh, melee attack. I'll probably do this.
The accused always got a fair shake in Zealandia. Some used to take the bullhead trial. Survive the trial without taking a scratch, you'd walk away a free man. Bullhead trial taught folks 3 things. First, a good defense is a good offense. Second, gotta always watch your back. Third, ain't no godlike bull up there gonna save you.
bullshit.
The smarter ones knew when to just step aside and let things go. Some folks wound up taking the coward's way out. The kid pulls through in fine form.
Oh. Didn't think I could fight back.
Court is back in session for the kid. Old ritual from when folks believed there was this god.
No, I can't.
watching
I have to
over him.
block.
Had to make do with nothing but a shield.
Nice. I'll do once more. Then I'll move on. Motherfucker. Oh, shit. You fucking wanker. And I mean you. Making me look away from the goddamn screen for half a second. Bastion. How can I counter and get hit at the same fucking time? God damn it. That was your fault, by the way. That I took an extra hit. I hope you're proud of yourself. Fucking... give me half a second. That's better. No! Fuck you, game, for doing that. That was horse and shit. It's fucking 180ing me. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. Oh, let me block oncoming bullets. Block. Immediately whips around. Thanks, game. Fucking appreciate it.
The bullhead trial.
Thanks.
There's only one way to Cinder Brick Fort. The hard way. Sure, the city marshals may be gone. But now the fort's crawling with windbags. Wham! Kid's ready for the windbags this time.
That what? Fuck you, game.
The calamity was mercy. Normal folks. The windbags ain't so lucky.
Don't give me the achievement then.
They've been left to freeze or starve or face the kid.
Block an enemy's melee attack whilst under 20% health. Doesn't give it no. I feel like I'm just going to do a lot of thanks game in this.
Put the kid on notice.
I mean, I countered that.
Well, windbags.
Because I killed it, but it also hit me. Does this game even know what a counter move is, or does it just have a vague idea that we'll just allow him to get hit at the same time? Because you either get it or you don't. It's not
At least the marshals let the kid a pardon gift.
middle of the road of, well, I mean, then again, Bloodborne does it, but
Windbags just can't handle.
that's more to punish the player than.
Through the greasy hides. Windbags ain't much different from normal folks.
See, like, I think I just got the achievement for the gun, where I'm supposed to kill 10 enemies in one shot. There wasn't 10 enemies there when I just fired.
The calamity drove the windbags topside.
Which, I mean, I'm not going to complain. Free achievement, but... or free challenge complete. No, I can't overly complain, but... doesn't get the counter move one, but I get one. To do anything I didn't do.
Could have been minding the business underground like in the old days. Windbags can't use the marshal supplies, but the kid sure can. As for the windbags, Cinder Brick gave them enough heat and metal to munch on for a while. But the fort ain't theirs by right. So many of those sorry things hold up inside that old fort. Times like this, kids glad he packed trip mines. Security's plane gone haywire. Windbags gone. up the works.
Yes, I am just cheesing this because I have no health. And the shot is really terrible.
Kid ain't afraid of getting burned.
I kind of am.
They trapped the kid in the middle of the fort's parade grounds. Then they bring out Glutus and Landon, all their scumbag uncles. They got something to gain, and their sorry hides to lose. Kid takes down Glutus. Maybe it was Blandon. The other big fella soon joins his brother, wherever they are now. The windbags finally get the message. Kid used to dream of getting a marshal's badge, but not
No
like
momentum.
this. The Skyways a welcome sight after all that. And now ain't nothing left for nobody down at Cinderbrick Fort. Kid shows up just as Zolf's telling me about his own journey to the city. Seems the only thing the Calamity saved for Zolf was a smoking pipe.
Oh, weed.
Poor kid collapses after just one drag. The past. Only good thing ever come out of the past is history.
Oh, okay, well, I'm continuing this.
Catches up with the kid. Hardly had a moment's rest since all this started.
Nope, well, GG. See you.
Fair to say he's led a hard life. Supposing what he says in his sleep ain't no lie. He never knew his old man, but he had his mama to take care of. Frail thing with pure white hair like his. Having his mama's hair did the kid no favors while he was growing up, but he learned to hold his own out there.
No, you don't charge me, do you? You can have one of them now.
working out, so the kid signs up for a turn on the rippling walls. Make his mama some money. Thanks to folks like the kid, the walls kept Ceylondia safe from whatever's out there. The elements, the Ura, you name it.
What to?
Once the kid done his time, he hurried on home. Turns out his mama's time was done too.
First of all, you can go away. Can I even counter this guy? No.
The city had nothing for him. The money he'd been sending home was nowhere to be found either.
Why can everyone kill each other?
So what'd the kid do? Why, he went right on back to the walls for another 5 years. In the history of Ceylondia, nobody's ever volunteered for a second shift on the walls.
See.
Out there, kid learned to fend for himself, learn to build, learn to break. In time, the kid earned good standing with the marshals. They trusted him to scout out farther than anybody. One night, on one of his expeditions, the ground beneath him shuddered, cracked, and split apart. saw nothing where the world used to be. The calamity happened just like that. All the kid had to work with was his hammer and the clothes on his back.
I don't know. Really? Okay, so
Through twisted streets, he ran with nothing but the city crest and an old stranger's voice to guide him.
oh, fuck you.
Anyway,
Oh, there's just nowhere to go over that way.
Willie finally arrived at Zealandia's vaunted safe haven. He and no one else. But then, all they got was more thankless work from a man who ain't even asked his name. Past don't matter for nothing now.
I've got to do the whole... when? The entire thing?
There's something you should know about the kid, but
No.
let me take it from the top. Zolf's travels ain't much compared to what the kid...
The answer to that is no. I'm not doing however long that's gonna fucking take again.
The members, they had thankless jobs. The most important kind. The marshals kept the city's peace. They can rest easy now. I've asked a lot of the kid, but this is something he's done on his own. A Kobe. The marshals seem like good men, he says.
So give you a
They
rundown on
treated
what
him with
gold
dignity.
this is. play main story, win main story. If you mean the thing that I was just doing, I don't fucking know. The main goal is to rebuild Bastion and save it from the calamity, which has pretty much killed everyone off. That's the main story and goal, but this, I assume this is some bullshit backstory thing that goes on for maybe 10 hours. Because I was doing that for, I would hazard a guess, 15-20 minutes. And I don't even know how close or far I was away from finishing. Oh, and I'm also on level 3 and I've been playing for an hour and a half. Leveling in this seems to be something you don't ever do, so...
Hearty punch is so zesty, it'll let you carry on through the worst of times. You want to tune a scrap musket, you start with the barrel.
And also, if you miss any potential collectibles or upgrades in missions, I believe you're screwed. Like these missions, specifically these ones that I'm highlighting, they're your main missions. If, say for example, I missed a upgrade collectible that I can use to obviously upgrade my weapons, can't replay it. Maybe if I beat the game it'll allow me to replay it, but the problem is, I mean at that point it's too fucking little too late. I don't like getting collectibles after I've beaten games, because then it just turns into there being no point. Because obviously you've beaten the game, I don't need upgrades anymore.
The city's unwanted things all met their end in the yard. Folks who fouled up will do their time here, smashing things to bits. The quicker they work, the sooner they could go. Folks learn to plant their feet and put their backs into it. Others will plot a course to navigate that sea of junk. A good day's smashing can feed a family for a week.
Let me guess, do it in under 30 seconds. 27 seconds. And yeah, they're obviously just challenge missions to get stuff. Pretty much getting second place is the best you can do, because first place gives you an ultimate ability, if you will. I like my trip mine, so I'm not overly concerned about them. Yeah, like I say, these things, these are what you need to upgrade your weapons, and I assume you can potentially miss these when you play the main game.
Ain't never letting go of his old friend with a sturdy grip like that.
And then obviously I have yet to find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's still 6 more weapons that I need to find. Well, need to is the wrong term, but... yeah, because like one of the levels that I played, I went forwards, picked up the main item, and then the game locked me off and I had to leave. Which potentially means I could have gone somewhere else slightly and picked up an upgrade or whatever.
Maybe all that.
The challenge missions, I assume, allow you to at least pick up missing weapons, which is nice. But I assume it won't even let you pick up upgrades that you've missed.
Riverbank swarming with bags. They're so bent on finding the core, they hardly notice the kid. Lucky for him, a certain famous ferry barge is still afloat. Weeping Millie. She sends some squirts crying home as she leaves port.
Oh, they're on my side, I think.
Maybe Nellie knows the way to the core.
No, we
Maybe
don't.
she can slip right past all the clamor on the coast. Or maybe not. The security skiff pulls up portside. Nellie's just another windbag to those guns. Just then, the windbags notice who she's sailing with. They're pretty steamed about what happened at Cinderbreak. They try to cut her off.
Well, I need to change bloody shotgun.
They try to slow her down. They try to knock her out. But Weepin' Nellie tries harder. Try she might, though. She hits a snag. Kid's gotta help her get untangled. Favors for favors. At least she picked a good spot for a break, 'cause the core's right there. He takes a hard hit, but he ain't finished.
Really?
Then the kid hears an unusual sound, like 100 flapping wings. They had their own eyes. But why? Well, kid ain't got time to think it over just yet. Finds Weepin' Nellie raring to go.
Oh, they're on my side, yeah.
Got a special surprise when the waters get rough.
Okay.
She's gonna need a little help with all them pickers. Crafty things think they're king of the roost now. Rest of us only wish we could fly in times like these. Security skiffs keep on coming, starboard side. Don't seem to care what they shoot, as long as they hit something. The windbags getting even better out here. They aim to smash Weepin' Nellie to splinters. Kid boards one of them skiffs like some kind of sailor lead privateer. Well, it all proves too much for poor Nellie.
Oh,
She's just gotta make one last stop.
yeah, this thing ain't stopped.
With her last breath, Nellie gets the kid to solid ground. Solid ground, Pecker country. They want that core real bad. Seems the calamity ain't her Pecker's appetites. Kid shoos them off, knowing they'll be back. Know how many times Kid nearly fell off the barge back there? A good couple of times.
I mean, nearly.
Now,
I did.
listen close. You should remember this next part. Why go to Prosper Bluff? Used to take an enterprising man or a plain old fool to venture out that far. The city was the most beautiful place in the world. We all knew that.
Oh no.
But on the other hand, some folks just yearn to see the things they're told they can't. And that's why you go to Prosper Blood. There, the kid hears something he ain't heard in a long while.
Oh, that just sends me back.
How's it go again? Yeah, that's the one.
I'm gonna get copywritten. That's what I'm more worried about. Well, there's something to open that. No,
Well, no point explaining what happens next, right? Suffice it to say,
Johnny.
kid ain't coming home empty-handed. And besides, it's like the song goes.
I dig my hole.
They'll be here before too long.
And I'll kill every last one of them.
We darn near celebrated when the kid got back, didn't we? Zolf never thought he'd see a fellow Ura again. We become fast friends. Calamity has that effect on people. But there was more to be done. There was one last core to find. If only I'd known half the secrets of the Calamity were tucked away in that book, I'd have worked to translate it right away.
Spoiler alert.
A scientific journal written in Zolf's native tongue. He learned so much from it. Too much. Most of the Ura never got a taste of Caelondia's fine goods, unless they were born and raised in the city like Zia here. Sure, the world's all gone to pieces farther than the eye can see, but leave it to this gal to point out the amazing view. Girl tried to run away from home one time, but the marshals stopped that, didn't they? So many secrets in there and she can't even read it. Her father's own journal.
Nice.
Kid's surprised when I tell him there's only one core left. I shouldn't have believed it either. The lost and found. Here, Kid takes fragments of the old world and makes them whole again.
Oh. This is slightly stupid. Don't get me wrong. I'm thankful there's a way to get things that you've missed. I like that. Good idea. But now you're stopping me from replaying earlier levels to explore and pick them up. So, you know.
All it takes is some fragments, and the Bastion makes it good as new.
I don't know. What baloney is this? Again, because you don't explore anything past first-person shooters or Witcher 3, there's a whole world out there of games to play. That may or may not last like 4 hours. 12% draw speed plus 2 target penetrations per shot hit.
His bow's looking lean and mean like a prize fighter.
No, give me more.
Just don't get any sharper than
Crit
that.
chance. You have played single-player games. No, I know, but like Bastion's one of those games that isn't exactly like, say, for games like Final Fantasy VII, but Bastion's one of those games that if you even utter the word to most people, they would go, "Oh, that game, it's so good." It's one of those games. Except it's more of a hidden gem, so...
We track the final core beyond the city to the wilds.
'Tis but a cartoon. 'Tis not a cartoon. It's an isometric 2.5D
Wild unknown.
action-adventure
Place to
game.
meet a man alive. Place is so raw, even the Calamity couldn't cook it. Not all of it.
Oh, pistols.
You know what's better than having a slinger pistol in a fight? Having two. Kid's faster than a slinger with those guns. Savage things lurking at every turn. Good thing
No.
pincushions can't see where they're shooting. By now, Kid's got more needles in him than stab wounds.
I'm not going to mention anything about that enemy.
Pecker's got the core, like they're building a bastion of their own. The welcoming committee scrambles to attention. Didn't expect the kid so soon. They shouldn't have let their guard down.
Mine.
Getting that core was one thing. Getting out's gonna be another. He digs his way out of the clearing.
Barry, how are you?
Wilds won't let him go without a fight. Wallflowers survive the Calamity. toughened him up. Same goes for the kid. Best take it real slow when pincushions are afoot.
Full and shit. Thankfully, they can harm each other.
Don't ever turn your back on a pincushion. Slinger Johnson's old outpost is all that's left of him. A handful of windbag shipments made it out this far. Kids roused up half the wild by now.
Okay. And yes, I'm finally playing it.
Johnson's boys left all kinds of stuff out here.
I would probably assume I'm around halfway through.
Then kid gets the feelings being watched. Not by me, by a lunkhead. And lunkheads ain't fond of two-legged animals. The Wild's already reclaimed this place.
So how are you?
He's anxious to get back. After all, he's got the final core. His
Nope.
journey's over, right? Well, no, it ain't. Not by a long shot. Kid knows something's up when we ain't there to give a warm welcome. See, Zolf and I were just wrapping up a heated discussion. Zolf can barely muster the words. The calamity failed, he says, but I will not. And with that, Zolf leaves us here, alone.
Am I gonna have to kill this random guy who turned up like 2 minutes ago?
Zolf cursed the city, cursed the Bastion, cursed me, said he was going home. When Zolf got through reading that journal, he just snapped. Started smashing up the monument until I tried to stop him. Zolf banged up the monument pretty bad. But there's a way to put her back together. The shards.
Of course.
We're gonna need all of them to nurse the Bastion back to health.
Full ammo capacity. Bullet scatter eliminated. What? No, increased accuracy. Do I even want to upgrade the pistols? I mean, they don't seem bad, but... yeah. Because what's that for? Oh, the Fang repeater. I don't need any of them.
The city brought the shards to the Wilds, Now the kid's gonna bring him back. The less said about Dawson Bog, the better. That place will eat your mind.
Yep, we're on another scavenger hunt. Which I assume has maybe 10 levels
After Zolf's little episode,
of finding
the kid
these.
sets off in search of shards. First stop, Dawson Bog.
And then
You'll
whatever
get lost
potential
in that
final
bog,
boss.
told the kid, and I won't be able to guide you back. Well, I let him go. What else could I do? What could any of us do? Zolf put us in a real bind. Hurt the Bastion bad. But the shards can make it better.
I like this game so far. What, all half of it? Yeah, I mean, it's alright. Excuse me, it's alright. It's one of those games, though, that I know that people love. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to say it's a bad game. It's a good game. But it's a 2D isometric or 2.5D isometric
Place to fill that prescription is out
game.
here in the wild.
Like, it's not. There's not really a lot
This
to
place
it,
is
realistically.
intoxicating.
It's fun. I'm enjoying it. I am. But so far, it's not deserving of any hype whatsoever. But that's just my personal opinion. Yeah, it's worth playing because you can buy it for like maybe $1 when it's on sale. So, you know, a fun game for $1, of course. Like, I'm not going to be against that. But am I upset that I never played this when it originally came out? I forgot about the traps, haven't I?
The dead welcome him with open arms.
Oh no.
Kid pops him
Did have you played this game then, or?
No, man. It's a lonesome ghost of a gas fella. What do you say to a kid who sees too much? I'm Zolf of Ligura. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Now the kid sees something stranger still. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds peckers, monkeyheads, wallflowers, pincushions, pineapples, swamp weeds, ankle gators.
Could you fuck off?
Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild. Kid sets foot inside one of Ceylondia's famous watering holes. He has the nerve to flash the shield he stole. The security's just never
No. Wrong button.
Look at what he did to poor old Ronnie, the bartender. Proper story's supposed to start at the beginning. It's so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world's alright, snoozing there on a rock in the sky. He wakes up. I'm just fooling. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. He sees what's left of Piff, the bull. The gods, they're all undone.
Me!
He sees what's left of his lifelong friend.
Screw you, me.
His friend,
Almost.
he's come undone too. He sees
In before I'm the villain.
what's left. Undone.
Yeah, in before I'm the calamity. No. No one's telling me what to do. Don't mind me. Brain fart moment.
Thought we lost him, but he finally comes to. The shard ain't lost either. Not anymore. Now to find a ticket out of this hole. Bootlickers dig their nasty thorns into his heels. Ever heard of a lung blossom? It's bigger than the stories say.
Okay, hello.
The breath on that thing, like a scumbag sprung a leak. They say one whiff of lung blossom can make you lose your mind. Well, the kid prunes it down to size somehow. Mother only knows what happened in the bog. Kid never much cared to speak of it.
Yeah, no, I'm not invoking the gods.
Poor man's core, but beggars can't be choosers. That's it. A few more shards like that, and we'll be back in business. A single shard can breathe new life into this place.
Yeah, but what'll it do? That's what I want to know.
The shard's got enough juice to spruce up any of these places.
Oh. Okay. True Forge grants access to 2 additional upgrade tiers, unlocking the full potential of each weapon. The True also grants access to the Trapper's Snare, a powerful secret skill. Grants access to additional inventory, including new spirits. Elusive members of the Pantheon. No, thank you. And let me guess, new challenges. I don't care about new challenges. Give me this.
Ain't saying much, but that's the greatest forge in all the city.
I will upgrade this next, just in case. I would like to get and upgrade my sword, which I need that for. Well, my war machete. See, does he also have string? No. So I'm assuming there's 6 levels.
City tried to use the shards to stake out the wilds. So much for that plan.
Yeah, I'm going to assume there are 6 levels. No, 6 more levels to upgrade everything.
Ankle gators used to roam the wilds, and they nested at Rothus Lagoon. Many a tale folks used to scare their children straight originated here. All kinds of beasts with don't know up from down, still lurking about.
Oh, level up.
These beasts, they don't like company. Can't get hasty in a place like this. Only the city's brushers knew their way around the lagoon.
No.
Even the brushers learned to fear this place. They used to think that ankle gators were extinct. Well, they ain't. One of them's been living in the tall grass. They called her Queen Anne.
Yeah, I kind of missed that cutscene, didn't I?
The lagoon's got plenty of other dangers, of course. Turns out Queen Anne got a hold of a shard. Ankle gators love shiny things. Know what smells worse than an ankle gator's breath? A stinkweed. Ain't time for pecker hunting, but the kid can't resist. They say you can't hurt an
spear.
ankle gator unless it's raining.
Like,
And it ain't raining. The brushers use their pikes to keep their distance around here. Now the kid can do the same. Sharp sticks make Queen Anne nervous, so she backs off a bit. Most of those peckers are smart enough to stay out of Queen Anne's way. Those pin cushions been living off the ankle gator scraps. Queen Anne can't fit down some of these narrow paths.
well, I already like the pike more than...
Kid's gotta meet.
mostly because it actually deals damage.
Queenie leads the kid into some kind of twisted trap. One bad step in that tall grass and he's Queen Anne's lunch. He holds his ground. Seems the queen's running out of options. The closer you get to an ankle gator's lair, the thicker the tall grass grows. Kid's gotta make a run for it.
Okay.
Those leaping lunkheads don't like Queen Anne any better than the kid. That old gator's right on his tail.
Oh, I can't actually damage it yet.
Queenie must have scared a bunch of peckers out of hiding. Ankle gators don't much care for their young. That's why there ain't many around. Wanna know how to find an ankle gator lair? They use a kid as bait. The shard's sitting in plain view. Now she's coming for him. She's got nowhere else to go. They say if you run across an ankle gator, you better keep running. She started to get annoyed. And now he's made her mad. Rest in peace, Queen Anne. That was for the brushers.
No, nothing.
Kid's done what needed to be done.
Yep, flying packers, birds. Rats with wings.
Queen Anne's reign is over. We even got a crown jewel. That gator's a crazy gal, but so's the gal who promised to look after her. They said Queen Anne was just a folktale. Now there's living proof she ain't. Still no mail. Go figure. All that trouble for a single shard. But you know what? It was worth it.
So I'm gonna upgrade this.
We need an
Just in case you give me
lost
more
and
shit.
found under the circumstances.
Like that. No. Hammer, fang repeater, pistols, musket, pike. Give me that.
Finders keepers. Kid don't always care for fancy guns and things. A bow and pike will do just fine.
Oh, no, I've got two of them. Plus 15% critical hit chance.
To
Yes,
fix
please.
a brusher's pike, you just need a good length of knife bark.
First attacks cause knockback. No.
You'll want
Give me
that
critical
thing
hit
in your
damage.
hands until you decide it's time.
Health tonics fully restored. Oh yeah, that's what I bought, wasn't it?
If you're feeling low, count on the buttery flavor of our own Bastion bourbon. The next shard should be farther out there in the wilds.
Screw it. I'll do the 3 proving grounds. Get at least the first Upgrade.
Ever felt a soul wood gourd? Like picking up broken.
Yeah, the first thing is an upgrade. The second thing I think is a memento. And the third one is an ability. Don't really care about the abilities.
The trick was to pop all those nasty gourds without wasting ammo. Most marshals didn't get far on their first few tries. Had to catch a bunch of those gourds in a single shot. Funny thing about muskets is they work best up close. It took a keen eye, about an itchy trigger finger.
If that says 18, I'd be pissed. Yeah, like I say, that I'm not overly bothered about. I'm not. Weapon upgrades are more useful.
Marshals did more than just stand around shooting, of course. You have to think fast to survive the wilds, and not
That's for the bow.
slingers. They could shoot their pistols with the speed of a machine. They knew just when to start shooting and when to stop. Those pistols could spit out rounds just as quick as you could pull the trigger. Learning to hold your fire can be its own challenge. No matter how fast you are, you can always
Yeah,
get
that says 550. Oh, 700, never mind.
Well, even the slingers weren't quick enough to escape the calamity. To prepare for the wilds, Ceylon
Yeah,
used brushers
that's what I
practice
need.
at Camp
I
Duncy.
can upgrade the pike.
Had to navigate a maze of pin cushions with nothing but a pike. It's a dangerous test for a dangerous job. Health tonics were off limits at Camp Duncy. They said they made you weak.
Exactly what I need, crits. Oh, you motherfucker.
The rules said he couldn't use any fancy footwork, just your brains and your pike.
I need to stop fucking walking into
The
those
Brushers
things.
were Celandia's field agents.
Yes, I know. Get on with it.
It's a dangerous test for a dangerous job. You had to find a path through the maze as quick as you could. One well-placed throw could take out several of those ugly critters. Sometimes the course was brutal. If you did all right at Camp Bounty, you got to go to the wilds.
Not under 60 seconds. I was almost there. That's what I want.
You can see why the Brushers prize those pikes of theirs.
20% faster thrust attacks and throw attacks can stun.
Gotta make sure the
Give me
point
faster
is
thrust
fastened
attacks.
on real tight.
No, pistol.
Know how Celandia became the richest city in the world? 2 words.
Coal mining.
Point
Oh.
Lemaine. If the wilds could ever be tamed, it was gonna happen right here. The Army's triggers once had the place on lockdown.
Oh, musket. Can't be.
Kid might as well pick up where they left off. Blam! Just like my fighting days. Gun like that can even put the wilds in check. Point Lemaine seen better days for sure, but it ain't done. Whole place shudders in a fit. The grand rail of Point Lemaine. Not only is it still there, it still works. Of course, it's no longer shipping hides and alloys and spices, but it can give the kid a lift. Just as long as he can stay clear of the trouble on the tracks. Grand rails all grown over with things of calamity chewed up and spat out. Things eager to take back their turf.
Ooh.
You don't let so much as one of those things slip by. takes fancy footwork on the rail, what with wallflowers coughing fungus everywhere. Only one way to cure a cough like that.
You motherfucker. I'm picking it up.
There near the rail. The place used to be closed off, but now it's split open like a rotten pineapple. Of course, the Grand Rails see much more fighting in bygone times. Near on 50 years ago, first shots fired in the Ura-Celandian War. It was right here that Zulf's Ura forefathers decided to mix it up. Okay, so maybe we didn't get their sign-off on the whole Grand Rail thing. That was bad. The rail must have shook the Ura to the bone down in those dens of theirs. Well, the rail won't last much longer now that the kid took the shard. It's still got one good run in store for it. All the rotten wood there on the rails turned it into swamp weed central. Ever tried dancing side to side while holding your breath? While shooting a genuine registered army carbine? While choking on swamp weed? Fingers trying to prick you in the eye? Well, let me tell you, it ain't fun.
Could you fuck off?
Should have seen him tiptoe around those swamp weeds in his way. Turns out he's got company up at the railway station, waiting for him. Not just another wallflower, pincushion, mind you. At first he thinks it's Zulf.
Oh, person.
This is for you, says the man. Then wham. When the kid comes to, the man's long gone. But something else is there.
A letter addressed to Zia. It appears to be written by Zulf, who must have found out that Ura survived to deliver the message. Maybe Zulf taught Zia enough of their native language to be able to read this.
The only words the kid
out.
recognizes on that parchment are for Zia. Well, what's a kid to do? He took the shard, he took the hit, and he took that note. That note cuts straight to the heart of things, don't it? Finding gourmet ingredients ain't easy these days, but we'll take what we can get. The note says it plain. Zia, go east to learn the truth about the calamity and our people. I'll be waiting. Sincerely, Zulf. Zulf's messenger was one of his people. Wondered just how many of them survived, and what exactly Zulf told him.
Enough, probably.
It ain't too late to unlock the potential of this place. Kid arrives just in time to sample Zia's famous cooking. Just the occasion to crack open the distillery's private reserve.
Reduced damage from falling, plus 200% damage now. 2 black tonic capacity. Survive an attack that would have brought defeat. That was a waste. On the war machine.
It wasn't fixed, it was unbroken.
Uh, 100% critical hit damage. No, yeah. Another blade. Obviously crit damage would be better, but I prefer to upgrade the pike. Longer reach and it does way more damage.
The shards are getting harder to find.
These two... Okay, yeah, then there'll be one more after this.
Ceylonia's army only took the best, and the best
No,
of
no, this
them
isn't one.
trained on Trigger Hill.
This has a thing that
The
I don't even
Triggers
need
believed
anyway.
they were nothing without their rifles.
I mean, I'll do it anyway, because... upgrade, but...
Nothing beats the feel of shooting a Ceylonian army carbine. Sometimes you had to take care to steady your shot. The Triggers had clearance to modify their guns however they chose. Some felt the course was too easy, so the Triggers spiced things up a bit. It ain't bad, but the Triggers were better.
Don't say 35 seconds, it will say 35. It says 30. 35, yeah. Oh.
His ears must be ringing after all that shooting.
No, plus 50% damage. Yeah, that would be nice. And I would assume that would either be draw speed and something else, or something.
Not everything blew up in the Calamity. Why, Colford Cauldron here blew up way ahead of its time. The cauldron boiled over some 300 years ago. They say it filled the skies with ash and the lakes with molten rock. If you wanted to survive something like that, you had to learn to adapt. So in a way, the beasts of the wilds, they're all survivors too. It takes a certain stubborn pride to keep on living in a place like this. As for us, We learned an awful lot from Culford Cauldron. That learning led to some interesting inventions.
No.
The raw power of the world.
Oh, it's a weapon. Fuck me.
Playing with the cauldron's fires became an addiction.
Now, unless if this gets, say, infinite ammo for its final upgrade, I suppose it's a pretty decent weapon. But otherwise, I'm now stuck with some shitty thing I don't want to use.
But we discovered other things we're better off not knowing. The taste of air so hot it sticks to your lungs. All sorts of awful things crawling underfoot. You can cook those things, but you can't eat them. Never thought we'd find so much life in all that ash.
Nope, more than that.
We kept on sifting through the cauldron's secrets anyway. Place is inhospitable as they come. But still we pressed on. After all, when we looked down inside Culford Cauldron, looked down through all the smoke and flames, we saw in there the heart of the world, the heart now laid bare by the calamity. We had to have it. As for the kid, he just has to get that shard out of there. Too bad taking that thing woke up every last stink eye from here to Jawson Bog. Luckily, the cauldron cooked up a little shortcut for him. Sure, it ain't the most convenient path.
Yeah, that also reminds me I need to change my bloody...
Biggest stink eye he's ever seen's waiting for him on the other side. Well, it ain't polite to stare. Where there's one stink eye, there's always more. The cauldron's tenants all gather up to bid the kid a fond farewell. With a good spyglass, you can still see the cauldron from the city, but all
Get me out of there.
died
I do
out.
not want this shitty
Left of it.
fucking... fire thing.
It comes back looking like the inside of a chimney. We're all a little short on friends these days, so that's a welcome sight.
Pet sitter, let me guess. Yep, I thought that would do it. Get 4 different domesticated creatures in Bastion. Yay. Wait, 4? I don't have 4. I have 3. 1, 2, 3. This is not a domesticated animal.
They said the wild could never be tamed. If only they could see us now. The shard works like a charm. You can hear the monument's heartbeat again. The arsenal's complete, in case we need protection. Bow and bellows make a strange, fearsome team.
Oh, I can't upgrade it anyway. What is that, 50% damage or 50% faster throw reload? Nah, damage will do.
We spotted a pecker carrying a shard to Mount Zan.
This will only give me my bloody upgrade for
Welcome to Grady
Bellow.
Incinerator, home of the hottest
Oh no,
wings
and the
in
machete.
Zealandia. In all seriousness,
Not that I use the machete,
incinerator
but
was a
whatever.
dump, and it had a problem with peckers. Blasted things would swoop in and spread trash all around, until we started using fire. We couldn't just torch them all at once. We had to use restraint. Keeping the incinerator clean was a paying job, but not a pleasant one.
That says 70. 72. Oh, I almost killed all of them. Oh, I'm not bothered.
You'd almost think those peckers like getting cooked.
So I still have 2 weapons to find. Oh, that'll actually give me my last upgrade for this. I probably assume I'm coming to the end.
Can't rightly call Mount Zan a mountain anymore.
Because I've only got, what, 2 shards left to find.
There's no more mountains now. There's no place left for the beasts of the wild to go. So they figure they'll hold out right here, on a slab of mountain the Calamity forgot. Good thing for those beasts the Calamity saved leftovers. We only found their little lair because they found themselves a little shard. The creatures of the wild, they've been building a bastion of their own. Children into this. Without a doubt, the situation stinks.
I need 1650.
The best thing we can do for those beasts right now is put them down quick and clean. There's only one kind of mercy.
Oh, found another weapon.
Days. It's a delicate situation. Look at it this way. It's either them or us. But if we win, they win too. Our Bastion is everybody's game, not just ours. Takes a lot of convincing, and our mortars have to do the talking. Those beasts been hard at work fixing up the place. They've rounded up their survivors, just like we have.
Oh, that doesn't even know anything about.
They've been searching for cores and shards, just like we have. Maybe they've thought about turning back, just like we have. We just really need their shard. Kid got it fair and
Oh,
square.
motherfucker.
You don't need to keep tangling with all those things. That's the way. He's done what's best for him, don't you worry. Don't you worry. We'll all be better off once the Bastion is complete.
Oh, this guy's the bad guy. One of the fucking two. But hey ho. We'll find out sooner or later.
The monument's getting better. Zolf sure did a number on it, though. The memorial may be finished, but our part is far from over. The culture, a still life of old unwanted keepsakes. The triggers, my brothers, bravest men I ever knew. Fixed that thing right up, didn't we? Made these goings-on a little livelier. Suppose suppose it's true a little song can put things in perspective. When you've got a solid balance, you've got what you need. Just a couple shards left. The quarry's gotta have one, right?
I'll do this first. Please give me my last pike upgrade.
Ceylondia's armada was a glorious sight, and our ship's mortars were unstoppable. At
No, it doesn't.
Boundless Bay, our Navy put those mortars through a rigorous inspection. Had to use squirts to simulate explosive impact on the surface of the sea. Galleon skippers needed to be patient, needed to fire at just the right times. Sounds like the kids' mortars in tip-top shape. Too bad about the armada, but at least one of those mortars survived. Imagine everything you'd need to build a city like Ceylondia. It takes hard work and planning, and it also takes a burstone quarry. The Ura tunnels beneath the quarry must have softened the blow from the calamity. Same goes for its natives, rattletails.
Oh, he's on my side.
Rattletails ain't the worst of it either, but more about that in a little bit.
No.
The quarry came with a lifetime supply of windbags. Windbags smaller than the naked eye can see are nested in those rocks. But there was even more to it than that. Not only are these rocks a source of life, we found that the oldest ones remember things. They're recording everything, all the time, taking it all in. No wonder all those beasts were drawn to the quarry. The rocks were calling them. Keeping the quarry free from pests turned out to be a problem. Rattletails kept tunneling in to snare the windbags. Without those windbags, the quarry might not have its special qualities. Now, why would the Ura sell off such a fascinating place? Might be the gods told them the quarry's bad news. On top of that, you know the Ura hated anything above ground. Life in
Well,
the quarry just
yeah, so I think the last upgrade for the bow.
Even stink eyes started taking root in here. Windbags tended to the rocks, so we had to keep the rattletails at bay. The Ura always were a superstitious lot.
Where the hell am I going?
In any case, it's fair to say the quarry was a godsend.
I want to say that was not intended.
Those rocks, all polished to a mirror sheen. The largest ones, you know as cores. A single core could keep the lights on in an entire city district. The smaller ones, we call them shards. The shards got a fraction of a core's power, enough to fuel a voyage to the motherland. Well, now the quarry's all dried up. These rocks are much too young to be of use. Remember how I said rattletails ain't the worst thing in the quarry? That honor goes to a beast we took to Colin, Sir Lunky. Massive things stomped many of our boys. We just couldn't get rid of him. The only thing harder than the rocks burst in the quarry is Sir Lunky's head. We never could get stubborn old Lunky to leave the quarry alone.
This is why you don't give people traps so they can just lay around on top of each
Then
other.
the kid hears a voice calling from down the hall. Are you all right? It says.
Because otherwise you just stack explosives on top of one another. No,
It's him. I've come to warn you, he says. The Bastion is under siege. Let it fall. You should not go back.
no, I don't have a choice.
Kid hears him, but he ain't about to be deterred. If that's the way it is, he says, then I won't stop you. Because my countrymen will.
Never mind.
Say what you will about Zulf, but he's a man of his word. His countrymen don't much care for pleasantries, though. Too bad for that. Zulf showed him the way here, and here they came to take revenge. They got inside the Bastion and shut the door. Kid's gotta go in through the back. I should have told him sooner about all this. Unfortunately, they broke in, and they started digging their hole. Something wrong sprung out of those holes.
Oh, well, at least I have
We tried to stop them.
my things helping me. I'm thankful for finding them then.
Somehow, some way, he sends those Ura packing. Problem is, it didn't matter. Zulf's plan worked. We find each other as the dust settles. Then I tell him why the Ura came. To get us back. For the Calamity.
We are the bad guys.
It was Caelandia's master plan to wipe the Ura out. But part of that plan backfired, didn't it? If only Zolf knew the whole story. What were we to think? They must have got her, taken her back to her rightful home.
No, my stuff.
Black rise like hot pineapple chowder on a cold day. Brings back memories. The Mercy. The windbags ain't the only beast that drew a bad lot. The skippers delivered us from the motherland. The conscience. We haven't lost everything, as long as we have that.
I'm gonna spend 10,000 fragments to get 2,500.
Sometimes I want to ask him, why do any of this? But truth is, I don't want to know. Arrows like that can practically find their own way.
Knockback horse stone.
Ain't that the finest breaker's bow you ever seen?
Oh, I let you know that you've perfected it. I only spent that amount of money because I knew I'd get it back. Yeah, so
The city,
pretty much got
its
me money back.
riches, nothing but fragments now.
What's this? Pierce a foe with a thrust, then quickly finish it with a throw. Oh yeah.
The shards can put this disease in remission, but there's only one cure. We need to finish what we started. Seems the gods recommended this place to all their friends. Think the gods are gonna help?
Foe shall regenerate from any injury, and foe shall deflect attacks on a whim.
Messiah, Garmouth. Now all we need is one last shard. The sanctuary. If we can build, we can
I'm guessing we'll
rebuild.
do half. Completely 50% of the vigils, yep.
The Ura swooped down from the east. At least now we know the way.
What weapon do I even have on me? Yeah, no, I have everything.
One last shard. It's all we need to put this mess behind us. And mother, what a mess it is. A mess like that could have only been made by hand. At the heart of the calamity was a simple idea. We never wanted to go to war again. Wanted to rule it out. We put a lot of folks against that problem. Scientists, soldiers, spies, even me. We sought solutions far beyond the city. We traveled near as far as the kid's going right now. Most of our efforts didn't bear fruit. Then there was a breakthrough, but it didn't come from one of our people. It came from an Ura, a brilliant young scientist named Ven. Ven worked for the Mansers, the sharpest knives in the city's drawer. With his help, the Mansers devised a way to seal the Ura tunnel shut in a flash. Just like that, every last Ura living in the Tassel terminals will be gone. This discovery was never to be used, they said, except as a last resort.
Well, let me hazard a guess we did it anyway.
But Ven didn't like being manipulated. He had plans of his own. Sabotage the Mansers' little science project, set it to blow up in their faces. Imagine how Ven must have felt when they finally made him pull that trigger. But remember, the Bastion can fix everything. We just need that shard.
Wait. Oh, hey.
Too bad the Ura ain't exactly been willing to collaborate on that front. For now, Kid had little choice but to pick up where the Calamity left off. First things first, though. There's someone we figured needed rescuing. See ya. The Ura fell back, no doubt planning the next move. But we knew ours already.
Why even have... No, I don't. I mean, I have enough to get the upgrade.
There's something we had to do before going after that last shard. Well, now it's personal, ain't it?
Oh, new weapon. Final weapon.
It's personal for him, and it's personal for me. He finds his moment to strike. They never saw him coming. He gets his hands on the care package I sent him. It's a little something I've been fixing up in my spare time.
damages me, so... Oops.
The found a way to keep the calamity from spreading through Sultan's Hollow.
I was wondering when I was going to realise that. Realise what?
They got their own security and everything. Pretty fancy. They've got these conductors that are all what's keeping the place together.
Oh, that was damaging me too, huh? I don't pay attention very often, as you can see.
Break enough of those things and the calamity rocks slink back into the ground. Those rocks are like tumors, the same kind the Ura planted in Bastion. Well, the Ura must be in a panic right about now. They even sick their little rattletail pets on the kid. Those rodents are just a bump in the road.
Yeah, I don't pay attention very often. Mostly because when it was originally damaging me, I was also being hit at the same time, so... Splashback was the last thing that I was going to think of.
They're easy targets. Calamity rocks must be eating that place apart from the inside. The Ura keep hanging on to their barricade. After all, their homeland's not much farther. Maybe they know they've lost this. Lost to a kid.
Oh, I can just melee it. Never mind.
They underestimate us. Past pay gone wrong. Yes, our people caused the calamity, but here we are trying to fix it. That makes us different from our people now, don't it? Shame the opportunity for civilized discourse is over. Some of them are downright bewildered by what's happening. Suppose old Zolf should have got to know us better. Maybe I should have trusted him. Told him everything I knew. Zolf, the Ura, they have every reason to be angry. Beyond angry. But when this is all over, it'll all be water under the bridge. As the hour grows desperate, the Ura bring out their big guns.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing standing in his way no more. He sees the Tazzle terminals loom large on the horizon. Way out there on the edge of the world, that's where he finally finds you. But it ain't like Prosper Bluff this time. Ain't nothing for this gal to sing about now. Zia, you weren't kidnapped. No, ma'am. You just had to see what happened to the Ura. To your own people.
Oh, she agreed to return, did she? This won't go well.
You had to see if everything Zolf wrote to you was true. Sure you didn't drop that twangy thing on purpose? Just to see if he'd go after you? They lost everything, didn't they? But they just keep on fighting like that's gonna bring it all back. I don't need to see what happened to the Ura. I'm trying to undo it, remember?
Nope, you can see it.
The country. She's all to pieces now, but still looking good.
Well, I pretty much haven't really missed anything major.
Long reach and plenty of power. Now that's a scary combination. First step to learning the Calamity Cannon is knowing about the machinery overrides. Now, who would have taught a kid to do a thing like that? Good thing I didn't throw away the manual. Take my word for it. Don't ever drop one of those. A sail hammer's only as strong as its spine. And that's a strong spine. The inspiration, a forge can fashion anything. Once the kid gets that last shard from Zolf, it'll all be over.
Last proving ground. Hopefully it has my pike upgrade.
The Ura probably didn't know they were being watched from
Which it does not.
observatory.
But it does have the
It was
last
a perfect spot to test
upgrade for
something
this,
that's meant to
which, I mean, I may as well upgrade it. It's pretty good.
Only trouble was something about the place drove the windbags crazy. Best stand well clear of that impact.
Fucking destroying them myself.
Hefty thing like that takes getting used to. Gotta point her in the right direction. Whatever gets in her way is in the world of hurt, but she ain't the fastest thing. When the windbags caused enough trouble, the observer.
Oh, do I? Oh no, I just absolutely failed it.
Research far east of the
What's the
city.
point in having a goddamn weapon that can destroy your own sodding conductors?
You can cause a lot of collateral damage with it if you ain't careful. The more crowded it gets, the more trouble you can cause with a single shot. She's designed to be fine-tuned, you just need the proper parts.
Get me out of here. I don't need you that badly. Slightly annoying that it damages your own thing. And it does it in one shot as well. Slightly annoying, but whatever.
I can't hear him at all anymore. He's too far away. But he'll be all right. Just needs to get that shard from Zolf and come on home. The calamity hit the Tazzle terminals hardest of all. You know why Zolf went back there. All his old friends and family were there. Take it.
Who I may or may not have
Zolf
sorted.
must be there all alone, just waiting. You know what's funny? Well, all of us are waiting for a kid. Look around. There's not much left to do here in the Bastion, I'm afraid. So why not tell each other stories to pass the time, right? But see ya. There's another reason I've been telling you all this. When the kid brings back that shard, the Bastion will be complete. Normandia will be whole again. Everyone will be all right. Everything will be back to normal. Problem is,
I won't be.
we'll all be gone.
No, all that. I'm guessing doing the Bastion just resets.
But we're not gonna die. It's more like all of this will just stop. Things will go back to the way they used to be. That's the power of the Bastion. This whole place is a living record of the times before the calamity, the way things were before this story.
Now I get a jump button. Too fucking late for that, don't you think? Thanks. Thanks for the jump button. Now I can't fast roll.
Your old self again. Think of all those times have been going away.
Yeah,
You follow me? Follow life's little setbacks. Imagine if you could have another go at 'em. No mistakes. Anyone you've ever heard. Everything you've ever done, you could do it over. And wouldn't that be grand? Well,
oh, I've been poisoned.
I guess there's nothing more to say.
Final boss? Question mark? Probably, yeah. Yep,
Who am I kidding?
no comment on that one. If that was genuinely the final boss.
There's
Nice
something
joke,
else.
video game.
A confession. How come I know so much about the Bastion?
Because you are God. Well, you built it.
Well, I designed the
Yep.
place. But that's beside the point. There's one problem with a place that sets things back to a bygone time. You can't test it. So you're probably wondering if the calamity happened already. What's to stop it from happening again after the Bastion does its thing? The answer is,
Maybe.
I don't know.
Well, who's to say that the Bastion hasn't been activated a million times before? Because if it resets to a certain point in time,
You wonder if
theoretically,
it's
these events
all right.
could have
I
happened,
can tell.
like I say, a million times and
Why
you'd
would
never
you
know.
want another way? Unless you wanted to stay here with us. That's sweet and all, but I don't know if I can stick around. The weight of the calamity, it's on our shoulders. We can't just let it go.
No.
Bastion does have another function, strictly speaking. If ever the monument blew out and we couldn't repair it, we could still evacuate. First, we'd round up as many folks as we could carry. Next, we'd detonate the cores, and we'd take off away from here. Heavy, ain't it? Of course, that would mean no going back. Ever. But then again, that way all of us could leave the city. Together. You know, Zolf and his countrymen won't be giving up that shard without a fight, don't you? Zolf and the Ura, all they want now is to see the Bastion fall. Zolf dedicated his life to lasting peace between the Ura and Caelondia. He can't have imagined the city would try to wipe the Ura out. Zolf ain't lost every shred of decency, though, has he? He tried to warn you about his plans. He tried to warn the kid. For Zolf, this ain't a personal matter. It ain't a simple matter of pride either. One thing's for sure, the Ura can't be happy that the kid followed Zolf all the way home.
I will save you. Never mind. Oh. Why? Why? Abandoning Zolf's body and pressed forward with the battering ram. Zolf's situation is hopeless and a distraction. His plan to avenge the Ura only brought more suffering. All that matters is a safe return of the shard. Abandon the battering ram and pick up Zolf's body instead. Zolf is badly injured but breathing. It appears his countrymen turned on him as their situation grew desperate. He nearly destroyed the Bastion, and yet... Oh, fucking hell, I'll take him.
I can see it now. The kid in one corner, and Zolf in the other. Ain't much of a fight. Don't you worry, though. Once the Bastion's restored, it'll all be alright. You ain't still thinking about that whole leaving the city thing, are you?
I set my sail, fly, the wind it will take me back to my home, sweet home. Lie on my back, clouds are making way for me. I'm coming home, sweet home. I see your star, you left it burning for me.
It's a lot of dudes.
I'm
Oh, they killed their own guy. Thanks, appreciate it.
eyes open wide.
Kid's probably dealt with Zolf by now.
Feel your heart and its glow.
It reminds me of myself when I was his age. I ever tell you about those days?
Let me guess, you're me.
Hey, kid. Get up, kid. Come on, that ain't funny. I said get up. That's more like it. Now, set that shard into the monument there. Then we'll talk.
Oh, I can't upgrade, damn it.
The Bastion. It's finally finished. Now, there's something I want you to see. Welcome to the heart of the Bastion. I ain't one for long goodbyes, so here's the deal. Zia and I figure you done the heavy lifting, so you get to do the honors. We can tell you how to work this thing if you got any questions. Hey, kid. You can undo the calamity here and now. Go on, kid. And before I forget, thank you. Always wondered what the motherland was like. Not that it matters anymore. Zolf only brought more ruin to the Ura. No wonder they didn't take kindly to him. You've got one thing left to do, so you hang on to that badge. Besides, you earned it. Don't let anything you've done get to you. You can save all those creatures here and now.
And let me guess, she's gonna be...
Made it.
Okay, she has a voice actor all of a sudden.
So, let's see. You can either prevent the calamity, or stick around with me and Rex. I'd hate to be in your shoes. If I could be any place I wanted, I'd stay right here. We could go anywhere in the world.
But there is nowhere to go. Everything gone.
Zolf tried to talk me into joining him. I tried to talk him out of it. I guess we both failed. When I finally found my people, I told them we could help. They just took me for a traitor. Glad you showed up. Any moment I'd want to live again happened after the calamity, not before.
Well, if I had a definitive answer of if basically the world exists, but 2 cities are now destroyed, I'd say fuck it, continue living. But if they're the only 2 cities in existence, then resetting this whole thing would be the answer. Initiate the Bastion's restoration protocol. Caution, this process will restore to a previous world state and is irreversible. Use only as directed. Or evacuation. Initiate the Bastion's evacuation protocol. This process will cause irreplaceable damage to the core receptacles, disabling the restoration protocol. Yeah, but who gives a shit? I don't even have a coin that I can flip. I guess heads or tails. Let's see if I can find like a random head coin flipper. So does anyone have heads or tails? Does anyone want to take a pick? I mean, obviously heads will be either heads is restoration or tails is evacuation, pretty much. No, I mean that's what I'll do. Heads is restoration, tails is evacuation. Evacuation it is. I hate shit like this so much. It means nothing.
Oh, mother. And here I figured you'd had enough of me by now. You could have undone the calamity itself. But instead you
I
want to
really
stay
don't care.
in a world like this.
Could not give a shit.
I gotta admit, kid, I ain't yet put much thought in that idea. But carrying on with you here, we can't go back no more. But I suppose we could go wherever we please. And if anyone's left out there, I sure would like to see the look on their faces when we dock this thing right on that doorstep. Getting ahead of myself, though. I'm gonna need a first mate. What do you say?
I'm gonna assume it's Bastion in 3 hours and 45 minutes. Or this is the title screen. One of the two. Yeah, can I skip this? Oh, I hate video games so much that I can't skip this week. That was Bastion. People love this game so much. I mean, gameplay wise, it's alright. I mean, it is what it is. I don't really have anything to say, really. It is. Obviously, I went into this maybe expecting a little bit more, but coming out of it is sort of. Yeah. That's my entire thing. Yes, it's worth playing because obviously it's dirt cheap when it's on sale. Don't even know how much it is when it's not on sale, which I will find out right now. If it's like £5 not on sale, I can't complain. I can't. But yeah, having two decisions in this game right at the end, like why? Like, who is invested in this game's story? Which is, oh no, mysterious thing happened. Drats, let's fix it. And now it's, oh my god, there's a whole war thing going on and we did this and they want to do that. Choices, and it's, and I've got like 10 minutes to the end of the game. I don't care. I just think it's funny what platforms coming up. What platforms? It was just me walking up, mashing B. And like, don't get me wrong, it was good, but like as a rating, I'd rate this a 6 at best. Like it's above average. It's fun. If you want to waste 4 hours playing any random game and you don't care what you play, yeah, it's worth playing. Otherwise, do you need to run out and play this immediately? No. Like, anyone who hasn't played this has not missed out on anything. Like, there are games that obviously have released over the years that are games that, you know, you should play no matter what. From my understanding, this should have been one of them. I don't know why. Personally. Oh, and the game's £11.40. Yeah, this game is not worth £11.40. £7.50, £8 at a push. Yeah, full price. But like I say, considering when it goes on sale, it's like £1 or whatever it is. It's more than worth it on sale, but full price, 12 quid, you've got no fucking chance in hell. You've got no chance in hell. Like, I mean, you can personally tell me, oh, what you liked about this. Because I seem to be missing something here. I do. I seem to be missing something. But whatever. Like I say, I enjoyed it. I mean, it was gifted to me for free, so thanks to whoever did that. I mean, I know who did it, but they're not here, and I really hope to God they message me later and say, oh, so did you play it? Yeah, it was great, wasn't it? Eh. That's all I'll message back is, eh. And the shrug emote. That's what I'll do. Like I say, it's worth playing if you've got nothing else to do. Like, say for example, if today it's on the weekend sale and no one's got nothing to do, or people have got nothing to do, knock yourself out. It's a good 4-hour time waster. You like beating all the weapon challenges music and the way the scenery came up from the bottom. I mean, yeah, okay, don't get me wrong, I like the music. Like, I like the music. Or you liked Rolling Everywhere, like in Ocarina of Time. I mean, the only reason why I did it is because it was faster. Honestly, that is the only reason why I did it. Because it was faster, and then as soon as you get... And again, you get a jump feature at the end of... Why? Why would you give me a new feature that I'm never gonna use? That's why you do it in Ocarina of Time. No, I know why you roll, because it is always faster in games, most likely. And especially, say for example, if you can do it on a frame button input, where it rolls, but then as soon as but into a certain animation of the roll, you can roll again without waiting to finish the animation to roll. Like, if you can do that in some games, then yeah, it makes games stupidly quick. Like, I was playing something. Oh yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda. Like, in that game, there's a certain small window after you boost that you can boost again before you wait for the animation to finish. And obviously it just makes traveling quicker. Oh, New Game Plus mode unlocked. Begin the journey with all my weapons and XP. New shrine idols and distillery spirits added. All Bastion structures buildable in any order. Use the shrine for the toughest challenge. What? Okay. Yeah, like I said, that's Bastion. Yes, it's worth playing. No at full price. God, no at full price. Now, if they ever released, like, say, a quadrilogy or trilogy or whatever by these developers in like a bundle thing for like say 30 quid, it's a bit of a push, but yeah, maybe. But as it stands, like $15 or whatever is way too much money. You beat this like 3 years ago. Well, I've never beaten this, and like I say, from my understanding, this was apparently one of those games that you should play. But yeah, like I say, I'm not upset that I've played it, and I'm not overly excited that I have played it. I'm just sort of... I wanted to play it because of what people have said coming out of it. Yeah, okay. It is what it is. Well, I'll finish this for YouTube, because this will go up. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to play next. Today, probably nothing, because I've only got 2 hours, but I'll find out what I'll do next, so I'll see you then.